when we have to make a decision, usually some good thoughts come into our head and some bad thoughts come into our head. And sometimes we have to sort of fight between them to decide what to do. When your friend says, hey, go ahead and steal that bicycle, nobody's looking, you're at a crossroad. You have to decide something at that point. All right? Or if you're in a store and your friend takes some candy and puts it in his pocket and then says to you, do the same thing, quick, no one's looking. You're at a crossroad. You have a decision to make. And when you make the right decisions when you're little, it gets easier as you get bigger. Now that's basically what the talk is about here tonight. Let's look at some of those negative thoughts that can try to get us to do bad things. All right? Welcome, community, all of our students, families, friends, visitors. Good to have you with us. Now, last week, we were introduced to 3 of the 6 blights. We saw rash, poorly controlled behavior, and he always acts without thinking. Then we had apathy, absolutely no emotion, no interest, no motivation to do anything. And then we met covet, never satisfied with what she has. She always wants more and more. Now, let's meet the final 3 blights and see how they use negative thoughts to try and influence us to make bad decisions. Our first one is stress. Stress is the body's reaction to real or imagined danger. And you know we are stressed out more from imagined danger than we are from real danger. What if this happens? What if that happens? We spend more time there. Physical symptoms of stress, constant headaches and stomach aches. You get headaches a lot, and you get stomach aches, especially before you have to do something that's a little bit nerve-wracking, taking a test or something, then you might want to look into whether or not there's some stress involved. Having a hard time sleeping? Yeah, stress makes it difficult to get to sleep. I've heard people say things like, I just can't turn my thoughts off. They just keep going and going. Okay, could be some stress there. And then there are emotional symptoms of stress as well. An inability to concentrate properly. All right? You're a little confused even in making little decisions. Your focus and concentration just a little bit off. And then, of course, bad dreams, night terrors. There are many, many different terms for that. But stress can cause bad dreams. Other things can too, but stress certainly is one of those things. Now, how can you defeat stress? How do we get on the other side of that? Remember, stress is your body's reaction. If you're going to change the way your body is reacting, you've got to change something in your body. You can't just wish this away. We've got to do something different with our body. Making sure we get enough exercise, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week is good. Sleep. Children should have 9 to 11. Yes, he said 9 to 11. And a lot of the surveys say that they get about 6. And then diet. French fries are cool. Onion rings are cool. The occasional banana split is cool. But let's face it, if I'm trying to stay healthy, if I want to beat stress, I got to add some fruits and veggies in there as well. Okay? Those 3 things can help your stress factor go way down. Uh-oh, fear. Well, I think we all know what this one's like. Fear is a painful emotion caused by real or imagined danger. All right, so stress was how your body reacts. Fear is how the inside of you reacts. Okay? It changes as we grow. When we're little, strangers approaching us, loud noises, that can make us very fearful. We get a little bit older, we begin to understand some things, but still don't know reality from fantasy. So there might be something hiding in the closet or under the bed. We get a little bit older, now it's more real things that we acquire a fear for. Spiders, snakes, and of course, loud thunderstorms. Okay? how you can defeat fear. Defeating fear is best done in a step-by-step manner. Let's take an example. This I hear over and over and over again. They can't sleep without a night light. Well, they're sleeping. That's good. That's a real good thing. But you can't have the light. Okay. Well, up to a certain point, that's pretty acceptable. All right. And there's no rule that says by this age the light should be gone. So for everyone, it's a little bit different. But if I'm going to work on having them sleep without the light, I'm not just going to go, hey, guess what tonight, partner? I'm going to turn off the light and let's see how well you do. That's not a good way to get someone to feel comfortable enough to begin to change. All right? Let's try this. If the light is right next to the bed, on the first several nights, let's move it a little further away in the room. So now it's not quite as close. 4 or 5 days of that. Then we can move it a little bit further. 4 or 5 days with that. And as you gradually increase the distance the light is, the more the person has time to adjust and make the necessary changes inside to let this stay a reality. All right? You might get them to sleep one night by taking the light away, but I can almost promise you it's not going to happen every other night after that. Because we need to we didn't all at once get scared. We gradually got scared. We have to gradually put that fear aside. Always take your time. Never be in a hurry when you're trying to cure something. And remember too, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is doing the right thing in spite of it. In spite of it. I read a great war story once about a general who was in battle, and one of his soldiers got stuck in a minefield. He was able to get in, but he couldn't get out. So the general got out and he walked real carefully across the minefield. And when you read what he wrote, he said his legs and arms were shaking so bad that at one point he actually had to lift his foot up off the ground. It wouldn't go on its own. He was afraid, but he was very, very brave. You see, courage doesn't mean, and the bullets can bounce off me, I'm all set. That's not what it means. It means that, yes, you feel afraid, but you still do the right thing. That is courage. That's the opposite of fear. And then the last one, this one's a little bit nasty. This is spite. She deliberately hurts or upsets others. Deliberately. Here she is tripping someone in the cafeteria just to see the look on that person's face. Doesn't bother at all. Then here she is talking bad about one of the students at school, maybe someone she had an argument with or something, but she'll spread lies and gossip and do things like that behind someone's back. Disrespectful to parents and teachers. Mom or dad comes in, time for school. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Time to go to karate. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. That happens a lot. Okay? That's just a little bit being a spite. So when that happens, think about that for a minute and don't let those negative thoughts of I don't want to be the things that you make your decisions on. Okay? And in fact, moms and dads, if any of them, when you say tonight, let's go to bed, it's bedtime, if they say yes, ma'am, and they get right up and go, please let me know the next time you come in. I'll have a stripe for them that they will earn for doing that. Okay? Because that is working like a black belt. That is doing what a black belt would do. And I know it's hard, but you'll make your moms and dads a lot happier. Trust me in that. And then right in the middle of the class, this is boring. All right? Freaks everybody out in the classroom. She don't care. And she bullies others. Spite is a real terror in the corridors at school between classes. She scares a lot of kids, and she feels good about that. And she also has used the computer to do some cyberbullying. She's not afraid of that as well. Now, what can you do to defeat spite? It's a very complicated situation. You see, you can't do anything to make somebody else change their behavior. There's nothing that you can do that can make them behave in a way they don't want to behave. All right? So what we can do is change us. You want to make sure that you're not being someone's spite. And you probably don't think that you are, but let's look at this in just a minute and make sure. Okay? Don't be someone else's spite. Don't deliberately hurt someone or something. If you get mad and you rip something up or you destroy something, that's pretty spiteful. Okay? It's all right to be angry and it's all right to be sad when you're feeling down. But to use that as an excuse to wreck things, that's not a good way to go by things. Be respectful to parents and teachers. That's so important. We made it part of the creed. And that was something I helped to put in almost 35 years ago. I wanted something else in there for the children, and being respectful to parents and teachers is such an important thing to do. It sets you up for success in your next years at school, at work. You'll be able to say yes sir to bosses much easier if you say yes sir, yes ma'am to your parents. And then don't be a bully. Here's something to think about. Does a bully pick on people bigger or littler than them? Littler. Yeah, you never see something like this, right? All right, give me that lunch money, don't make me go up there. You just don't see that, okay? It's always someone smaller. Now that means if you have a little brother or sister at home and you tease them or you push them around or you hit them sometimes maybe, that's kind of like being a bully, okay? That's kind of being a little bit spiteful. That doesn't mean you're an awful, horrible, awful person. What it means is you're doing something that you haven't really thought enough about. And what these talks are hopefully going to do is get you to learn how to think. Don't be a bully. Your little brothers and sisters, trust me, they look up to you. They want to be like you. They're going to model you and kind of follow after you. That means a big, important something that you realize as you get older and older. Don't be a bully. And there you go. You've been introduced to the black belt characters and our blights. Now, the next time you have an important decision to make and find yourself at a crossroad that looks just like this one, don't let the negative thoughts of blights cause you to make a bad decision. Instead, counter those negative thoughts with the positive thoughts of the black belt characters. That will help you to make good decisions. Here's the crossroad, and there you are. You're going to be there either later tonight, time for bed, time to do your homework, turn off the TV. You're going to be there either tonight or maybe tomorrow. Time to get up, time to go to school, time to have breakfast. And you see, it's all up to you. You can listen to the bad thoughts, you can listen to the good thoughts. The more you listen to the good thoughts, the more better decisions you're going to make. Okay? And until your next visit, stay safe and stay well. Yes, give yourselves a hand. And turn it back over to the teachers.